Ani, Bojo, Kwekwe, Tansi. It's Catherine and Brian at Moonstarlodge in the Georgian Bay area of Central Ontario with your tarot and oracle reading for the week of October 30th and ending on November 5th, which is our big last dowsing class of the season. And we bring this to you from our traditional Indigenous perspective. And we are using seasonal cards. So let's go, Brian. By the way, if you want to look at the decks I'm using, please refer to the picture for last week's video. This is the Santa Muerte Tarot, and I have other spooky season decks here. So we start out the week with the, let me see here, I believe this is the Six of Cups. Yeah. And the Six of Cups is telling us that we are having a bit of nostalgia, looking at the way things were, and it's okay to do that. We need to look to the past. Last week's video talked about looking at memories as well from an ancestral perspective. So we always know best where we're going when we know what's happened in the past. It's for us not to dwell in the past and to reminisce and pine for the way things were. That's the misuse of staying with the past. Basically, we are there to observe and to assess where we are now and how we have grown. How would we look at past events from the eyes of an adult and not the eyes of a child? This is how we move our memories forward and constantly recreate our story to understand our wisdom walk. This is clarified by the King of Swords. So the King of Swords takes no quarter. There's perfect clarity here. This is externalized, and it tells me that people around you will see how you are addressing and doing growth. It's kind of like saying a little bit of shadow work may be happening here, but you're coming at it from a very wise, very emotionally mature perspective. It's followed by the Ten of Cups, which is total happiness in home, and your assessments here have brought you to the point where everything is great emotionally with family and relationships and everything that's involved. It's clarified by the Ace of Knives, and the Ace of Knives is the same as the Ace of Swords. So there's, again, an interesting balance here of emotion and mental. Swords are air, and it's about thinking. Cups are water and emotion. So it's a wonderful balance with the Ace of Knives there. Some new beginnings, new thinking. And last week's reading was all about new beginnings. 3 times the Fool card. So that's very curious. It's followed here by the Six of Swords, which did show up in last week's reading. New perspectives, a new journey, a switch in how we assess what we love. Obviously, that's happening here. We're at peace with home and family, but we're taking on a new intellectual journey, and it is, it's always, the 6 is a success card. It's clarified here by the owl, wise seeing, wise action. So this is the Halloween Oracle card. Obviously, it's a wisdom walk. We have another Cups card, the Nine of Cups. So feeling satisfied, feeling at peace, feeling full. And it's clarified again by another sword card, the Knight of Swords. So there's action, there's clarity, there's making sure we're not saying anything without thinking. We don't want to be impetuous and ruin anything by saying words that we can't take back. But there's a speed to this. There's a speed to this journey that we're on. The next is another Cups card. This is the Page of Cups. This is seeing emotionally with a curiosity and searching for new ways. There's an innocence with the Page. The Page is very artistic. The Page stays in the moment. And that's the kind of energy we need to bring into this new journey that we were told the portent of that was last week. And we have the King of Wands. Now last week we potentially had the Queen of Wands twice, and we had the Knight of Wands, and here's the King. So there's passionate, very male versus very female. It's a yin-yang kind of reading here. We have the passion and the fire to do all of this, and it's kind of a coordinated dance with us in the universe. It tells me very much that this whole journey is destiny, and it's definitely karmic. This is followed here by the Empress, the one who gives to others but realizes when it's time for self-care. So this walk involves others, obviously. It's interesting, though, that the Empress here, who recognizes in her beauty that you cannot serve others if you don't take care of yourself. So she is a reminder that we stay in our imperial position of supporting community and supporting family and ourselves if we walk in a mature way with self-care. So know when to hold them and know when to fold them. It's funny that it's clarified here by the sacred rage. It sounds like this is righteous indignation. This is being able to pull the energy, the passionate energy of speaking up when something is amiss. This is not swallowing our words. This is not saying, I can't rock the boat, so I'm not going to speak up. Whenever we do that and we internalize rage, anger turned inward becomes depression. And that's an old statement. I can't remember whether it's Sigmund Freud who coined that or Carl Jung. But one of the two of them coined that phrase, I believe. And consequently, we have to speak our truth. This is about truth. The butterflies here suggest we are setting something free. And once it's out there in the open, you can't take it back. Change happens. Our words are energy, and energy is the impetus of manifestation and manifesting change. So even though the Empress here is sitting behind her oriental fan and looking demure and lovely, she's capable of speaking the truth. And that's what makes her an Empress. The final card here is the Four of Pentacles. This is security. Fours are stability. The slippery slope of the Four card is miserliness and holding on to something which stops the flow of energy. So we need to remember to keep the energy stable but not slow it down. And it's clarified by an interesting card. And when I saw this card come up, I thought of our consciousness class on Wednesday nights. This card is about moment by moment by moment, we are making choices which can progress us in a conscious manner. It is said by some neuroscientists that we make as many as 10,000 choices a day, most of which we are not conscious of. but to be consciously in the moment and to experience the light of each moment, remembering that we are paving our future, the good we do for ourselves, the good we do for the world, the things we manifest are based on our thoughts and feelings and not being conditioned by old tapes and loops, not being hampered by things that happen in the past. So we have to see the past in a wisdom walk with new eyes. So this is Enlightenment card, and I think that that's a beautiful end to a week that is still in the time of the ancestors. November the 5th is the end of this reading, and it's not the end of the time of ancestors. We still have the Remembrance Day for our soldiers. We still have other international days of the dead still following on the lines of ancestor worship and acknowledging the harvest as we prepare for winter solstice. Okay, you can flip the camera, Brian. So these are 2 weeks, 2 beautiful readings. We filmed both of these readings on the same day because it was necessary with the teaching schedule we have right now, and that the timing was perfect. So using these same decks for the 2 readings made sense from a continuity perspective. So I'll pull out some different seasonal decks for the next week of the 6th through the 12th, I think it is. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful week. Feel free to feel free to comment. Your comments are very important to me. I read them all, even if I just give them a thumbs up. If I can answer a question, I really look forward to that. Subscribe if you haven't, because it helps our analytics. After November, I will go back to doing some daily readings, short reels on a daily basis for a card of the day, because it's just such a significant time of change as we move toward becomes her vision. So give us a like, a subscribe, send me a coffee. There's all kinds of ways to send us support. An e-transfer, a PayPal, whatever works for you. We really need your support. Miigwech, aho, and thank you.